Okay, we are now in the options page, and Jason, can you take us through all the options that we have here, please?
Absolutely. We start with record stats, and the reason why we give you the ability to toggle record stats on and off is, let's say you have a friend who wants to try FocusBand out for themselves, then they're able to put FocusBand on and try it, and if we toggle that off, then their stats will not be recorded.
Okay. Now we have display metrics.
Correct. So now when you toggle on the display metrics, what that does is in the avatar screen, it displays all of the different metrics down the right-hand side of the avatar screen. So what you'll see is it'll display the motion, it'll display quiet eye, it'll display score, and it'll display your baseline.
Okay, the next one down, Jason, is trend bar.
Sure. So when you toggle on trend bar, it will display the trend bar across the top of your avatar screen. It'll let you know when you're going between left and right brain.
Okay, the next one down is display baseline.
Yes, exactly. So when you toggle on baseline, what that'll do is it'll display your baseline score in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. So when you want your baseline score displayed, just make sure that's toggled on.
Okay, lovely. The next one down is find baseline.
So when you toggle on find baseline, what it's going to do is it's going to continuously adjust the baseline to find out where you are for today. So that is a feature that I use quite often, and what it's doing is it's moving up and down the skill level so that you can find out where you are for today's session.
Okay, and Jason, that only runs for 30 seconds and then switches off. Is that right?
That is correct.
And the loop function, Jason?
So when you switch on the loop function on the opposite side of the screen there, so if we toggle on the loop function, you can see that when that's toggled on, it will continuously adjust the baseline up and down. So this is a feature that I personally use quite often. So I'll toggle on find baseline, I will toggle on loop function, and it will constantly adjust the baseline number so that you can practice at getting your baseline score up every time you do that particular kind of training.
Okay. And of course, we've also got the manual adjustment of the baseline level, Jason.
Sure. So what you see that is a little slider bar on the bottom of the screen, so you can manually adjust where you want to particularly start your session. So if, let's say, the last time you did a session, you had a baseline score of 32, then the next time you do your session, you could start at that level 32 if you wish, or you could, start at a lower number or start at a higher number. Whatever you want to do, you can use that slider bar to adjust your baseline level at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. Now we're up to music and tones, Jason.
Sure. So when you toggle between music and tones, it's going to change when that particular function on the avatar screen. So when you're have music on, you will hear the particular kind of music that you selected, or if you toggle on tones, it will switch to the tones feature, which is always on. So a tones feature is something that I recently started to use where it's telling you exactly where you are. So when you're in motion, it gives you a different tone, and as you're starting to drop out of motion, it's indicated by giving you a very distinctive different tone.
Okay, Jason, because this feature is pretty powerful, we might do a separate video just for music and tones next week or so, Jason.
Yeah, I agree, Graham. I think that it's very important. The audio function with FocusBand is absolutely critical. I use it probably more often in my coaching than I use the visual side of it because it's something that you can hear while you're performing the action. So I think it's very important that our user group understand precisely how to use the difference between the music and the tone.
Okay. Rightio, moving along, we come down to log EEG.
Yeah, so log EEG is another toggle that is important. So let's say that you're working with us and we're doing a particular kind of training where you want to be able to send us some of your files so that we can help you with your training. This is where you okay for us to get your log file so that we can look at the information and help you with your training. So that's a toggle that you would switch on so that you could send us your data.
Right, the next one is the mental energy tank, Jason.
Yeah, so this is a toggle that I think is one of the more exciting things that we've come up with. And so what it is it's a tank value. So if you start your day and you're doing your FocusBand exercise, and let's say you have FocusBand on for a certain amount of time, it's showing you where you're at in your mental energy tank. So the more mental energy you have in your tank, the better off you are for that day. So think about something that's causing you some anxiety or stress. It's taking out of your tank, where when you're in a good state, you're in motion, you're adding to the tank. So it's really important for recovery. I think it's one of the more exciting things that we've done.
Lovely. Okay, the next one down is Baseline Plus, Jason.
So Baseline Plus is a feature where, similar to the Find Baseline, where you're getting a sample of where you're at for that particular day for that 30 seconds. When you put on Baseline Plus, it's not having the baseline adjust downward. So when you have Baseline Plus toggled, let's say you get a phone call and you're on the phone and you're switching to left brain for a bit, it's not allowing your baseline score to go down. It'll stop where your last baseline was, and then when you get back into motion, it'll gradually tick back up. So that's how you use that Baseline Plus toggle.
Okay, great. Rightio, that covers everything in the options menu. Thanks, Jason.
Absolutely, anytime, Graham. I'm really looking forward to our next Skype call so that we can show them how to use that music and tones toggle a little bit more in depth.
Okay, lovely.